The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors, Amazon.com and tpublic.com. Listeners, beware. Coming straight from the Mouths of Madness, I'm one of the hosts, Lowdown. With me, as always, is...
FU Hunter. What's up, bitches?
What's up? It's sleepover time. It's a long night tonight.
It's a long night.
Long night. Which, by the way, as soon as she said that, then some shit happened, and then it was morning. Where's the long night?
I don't know.
Where's the long night?
I mean, it does take place in one night.
Yeah, but at the whole end of the movie, then the woman says, and the long night begins, and then it's daytime. So I don't know if it's metaphorical for the reign of the demon,
I guess that's what
maybe?
it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, tonight on the Chopping Block, we're going to talk about a new movie that just hit, like a week and a half ago, called The Long Night.
Yep.
Yeah, it's brand new. Yeah, I think it's on the videos in the theaters.
I don't know if it's in theaters. I think it's just VOD.
Is it just VOD?
I think so,
That's
yeah.
how we watched it, was VOD, so.
Yeah.
I thought it had a limited release in theaters. You know how they do some movies.
It might be, but I wouldn't want to watch it in theaters.
No. We're not showing our cards either. It's just, it's not like a...
I think it's just more of a home watch movie.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, so 2022 film starring Scout Taylor Compton. Thing I know her from is her podcast with Daniel Harris, Talk Scary to Me, which is fun.
How did she get to know Daniel Harris?
Oh, yeah, they were in that really, really great movie. Two, actually.
Two great movies.
Two great movies.
Which movie is? I should check these out.
Rob Zombie's Halloween and Halloween 2.
Fuck that.
Look, they weren't the problem with the movie. I'll give both of them credit. They were not the problem.
They were in the movie.
They were in the movie.
That's the problem.
They were in a movie that the movie was the problem. Seriously, we try to do that. We've done that for tons of actors and actresses where it's like, they weren't the problem in the film.
Yeah.
It was the film.
Yeah.
It was the fucking film. Especially being a Halloween purist that I am. People ask me all the time, it's like, what's your favorite horror movie? Halloween. Yeah.
And then you have to, then they go, oh, the Rob Zombie one? You go, stop it. Why?
No. And the younger me would have throw punched him, not even say anything. It was like, go. Just throw punch.
Now you're like, no, sir, you are mistaken.
I have a family. I don't need to go to jail.
Yeah.
I don't need my wife to bail me out. So that's what she played Laurie Strode in Halloween 1 and 2. She even dressed in white and rode a white horse, or was near a white horse in Halloween 2.
What are you doing, man? Why are we even bringing that up? Let's get back on Long Night and not Shit Night with the white horse.
But that I think that is where they spawned the relationship, and now they are doing a podcast together, which is a good listen. So I definitely recommend checking that out too. Then there's Jeff Fahey.
Jeff Fahey, yeah.
Isn't it? Was it Body Parts and Lawnmower Man?
Dude, you got to give it up to the Grindhouse movie too.
Oh yeah, shit, that's right.
Yeah, remember he's the barbecue guy from
that
was
Planet Terror. Planet Terror, yeah.
But I'm just saying, where you're like, yeah, he's gonna die, and then he was in other shit besides that. But those are the main ones I could think of.
Was he one of the
I try not to think about it in Lawnmower Man though, because
whatever, dude. Outside of the CGI, the movie's good. And I told you to watch the director's cut.
I understand, but his acting, it's hard to watch him in other movies and then that movie because he's wearing the overalls. He's
up to a certain point, and then he's not.
He's Simple Jack. He's Simple Jack, dude. All right.
You don't even give him I Am Sam. You give him Simple Jack.
He's fucking Simple Jack. All right.
Well, like I was saying, you never did because it was free on I think. What's that? One of those free streaming sites?
Tubi.
It's on Tubi. And it was the director's cut that Scream Factory released. And there's an extra 20 minutes of footage of his transition. So it was a lot less of him. The way it was cut for theatrical release, it's almost like a lot of him being doofy. And then there's a small snippet of him going bad. Because it was an hour and a half.
If you're Jeff Fahey, how much does that piss you the fuck off? You did all these parts. You're see where I actually am showing you this character, the struggle. It's oh, we chopped that shit out. We chopped that shit out, man. Sorry. It's just you beat Simple Jack.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. He went to the premiere and he's like, God damn it.
You bastards. Who fucking edited this? No, so I do recommend going back and rewatching the Scream Factory version of Lawnmower Man because it is. Now, again, you can't fix the CG. You just can't do it. That's the best they had.
You can't Lucas it and just, go back in and
It'd
just...
probably make it look worse.
But, I mean, is there a request from anybody like, what would be really killer? Fucking someone spend millions of dollars to fix the shitty 90s CGI from Lawnmower Man. Guess what? I don't think that shit's happening, all right?
No one gives a fuck.
By the way, is this showing our cards a little bit that we're having a more thorough conversation about Jeff Fahey than we are about the movie?
I feel like we're just filling the time because the cast is so small. Normally we have more to talk about in the cast.
Like 5 motherfuckers.
I don't know who the fuck played the boyfriend, and the mom, she was in Payback.
Yeah, Payback, The Game.
The Game, yeah.
The Game.
She was in The Game.
Random ass other shit too.
That's all we're basically doing. It's only 5 minutes in, so it's kind of like we usually have more people to talk about.
I do think the amount of time we talked already is more screen time than Jeff Fahey actually had in it.
It is.
Yeah.
He literally had like 2 minutes.
It was so exciting to see him show up in this movie.
Fuck yeah.
And then so sad minutes later to see him leave us.
Couldn't you at least hold off his death for 10 minutes?
That's what I'm saying.
Something? Shit. They were like, we can't afford him. I'm like, it's Jeff Fahey. What the fuck's he doing?
Let's start this up. We'll just kind of go into it.
Anyway, it's also back to it's directed by Rich Ragsdale, which has done nothing that I know of.
It looked like he was a composer for Eight-Legged Freaks. I didn't know that's the credit you want to have, but that's the first thing he chops up. He's done a couple of small, some shorts and things of that sort, but I think this is kind of one of his first full-length features. Okay.
And it's written by Mark Young and Robert Shep, or I'm pretty sure it's Shep. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, like I said, we had to fill it in with the other two main actors' movies. All right. So Long Night. Yeah, remember the trailer? I was just like, okay, looks like some evil cultist shit. What's up?
Yeah.
Now, so yeah, Scout's character, Grace, is adopted. She's trying to find her parents.
She lives in New York.
Her and her douche nozzle boyfriend. They never say husband, right? Yeah, boyfriend.
Boyfriend. I think he was talking in the beginning about maybe I'm gonna propose to you sometime soon. But did they on purpose? Is he supposed to be douchey, or was that just the actor?
He was very. So basically, she gets a call from someone in the South. So she knows she's from the South. She doesn't know where her parents are, or who her parents are, or where they are. And but someone from the South called, and they were looking into her backstory and said they have news. They're on their way to that location, which they never say the state.
Yeah, they never do.
It looks like Georgia.
Maybe.
A lot of moss.
Yeah, a lot of moss.
Looks like Georgia.
They go, hey, we're from New York, and look at all these Southern people. They don't actually
exactly.
They make a big deal about being able to buy cigarettes because it's so much fucking cheaper down in the South.
By the way, why were those people in the gas station why was there such a focus on them when they didn't fucking matter? Was it just to have the creepy country store person in there?
It's just one of those. Look at these bullshit out of towners. I don't know, man.
Because every other movie that has that, they come into play at some point.
Yeah.
At some point.
I mean, maybe they're part of the cult.
Then they would take the fucking masks off.
No, I don't think so. I just think, look at these city folk and all their fucking.
It's like, you got the shitters around back.
Well, he's like, where's your credit card taker? He's like, cash only.
But no, when they leave, he walks out, spits, and is like, hey. What the fuck? What was the point of that?
And then the two people sitting out there that are also making fun of him doesn't come into play any later on. And they're in the South.
And I would say the boyfriend is super douchey because that's all he's doing is shitting on the South the entire time. Yeah. Hard.
Well, and apparently they didn't need to show it to us, but before they go to that, they go to visit his family, whatever state his family's in.
Well, there's the Hamptons, so that'd be upstate New York, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, but she just brings up, she's like, wow, you didn't fucking, you kind of talk shit the entire time. They didn't show us the scene, but just the aftermath where she's just like, you're kind of a fucking prick.
Yeah. But he was just like, he laughed, and then someone sincerely said, I'm sorry, can you move past this? I'm like, it's the first time she met your parents.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. If your mom's a bitch, respond to such. Are you afraid you're going to get cut off? Afraid you're going to cut off, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
You're still sucking on mama's tit, aren't you? Yeah, that's a problem. And then you're still sucking on mama's tit.
They leave the gas station. We make it to
which is a gorgeous home, by the way.
And I will say this.
Fucking beautiful.
One of the props I'll give to this movie, the score is really tight.
Oh, yeah.
The score is very eerie, shining style. And as you're kind of overhead zooming into the house, it has a real strong score. And even though it's daylight and everything, you can just kind of see that there's not anything else around. It's this fucking like old style Southern house, and then just nothing else.
So I don't know.
I like that setup.
It says it's composed by Sherry Chung.
Okay.
Well, music written by. So don't know what else she's done, but great score.
Yeah.
Great score. Very eerie. I always appreciate a good score in a movie. So then, but yeah, the house is awesome. It's a beautiful house, by the way. Like, I mean, you can tell that it's been remodeled from the original house, so it's a lot of updated features.
Has one of those giant ass porches.
Two giant porches.
That goes kind of covers the entire house.
Yeah, front and back, and then a giant, beautiful fucking fire pit set up. Awesome. Little pond. Well, not little. Decent sized pond in the back with a river behind that. So it's a gorgeous setup, gorgeous landscape. And then the dude's not there, but he'd said on the phone, just walk in, make yourself at home, yada yada. They make reference of it smells like death.
Yeah.
They're in there.
Well, let's not go everywhere. Let's walk around a little bit, but we don't need to check every room in the house just yet. Let's kind of look around, and maybe they should have checked every room. I don't know.
Or like the closets.
Maybe.
Because he'd been there for a minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it comes out. We're not going to go chronological with this fucking film. Like, it comes out that the dude... So Jeff Fahey plays the brother of the person who owns that house. And the dude who owns that house has been dead in the closet since they got there, or however long before they got there.
Yeah.
And you can tell he was dead for a while, because when they finally slide his body around,
when
she figures out... It's like black and sticky.
Yeah.
I will say, that was good practical effects on his corpse.
When they discover his corpse, that looked good.
Yeah.
And it was a good, decent jump point where you open the door, there's the dead body, loud music, bam. It was a good jump. I like that.
It was. Very good. And so anyway, they end up unpacking, and she goes for a run, and he goes for a walk, and apparently she doesn't know he smokes because he got the cigarettes when she went to the bathroom, and then he's like walking and smoking, and I don't know. That seemed weird.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
But she's running, he said in his voicemail, and watch out for snakes. Which...
God damn it.
Yeah, anyway, she almost runs into a snake when she's running, and then she backs off, runs back. When she gets back, he's still gone, gets some water, all of a sudden there's a snake in the house.
Well, she's looking out the window.
She's a dude,
and over the pond, some dude just all dressed in black, and she was like, what the fuck? And then right after that, oh shit, snake on the counter, fucking, like, snake's right there. She freaks out, drops the glass, steps right on the fucking glass she fucking dropped, and cuts the shit out of her foot.
Yep.
Like, not just one little piece of glass.
No, it was like three pieces and like a giant chunk.
Yeah, she just slammed it on that bitch. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, so then she's hobbled, and, after that, like...
He takes a shower.
There's this weird thing with...
He's locked in the shower while she's, quote, quote, sleeping, and that's where we get our first antlers.
So were they actually in the house at that time?
Well, that's the whole thing. Yeah, that's the first time. She's sleeping, and they suggest maybe it's a dream, but then she also has a dream on top of that, so you think, okay, he's actually the cult leader's in the house with the antlers.
So, AKA her mom.
And then, the mom. And then here's this another fucking snake, because why would we not have another goddamn snake in there?
So what's
crawling
weird,
up her leg, but then she wakes up.
What's weird is, I don't know why this comes into play, is like, she seems like she's getting like aroused.
Yes, she does.
But it's like, mommy's arousing. It's
or just that hidden part of her that we've discovered later on. Is kind of like
waking up, like,
you kind of want this, all right?
Yeah, that's okay. That's good. It just seemed out of place initially, because even for that, like, okay, it seemed a little odd, but then I get it. Okay, I figured there was going to be some sort of demon something going on, so I get arousal and demonic and the sensuality that has always played on that, but as the movie went on, it just started seeming more out of place.
Yeah.
With the flow of the film, that was her reaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if it was going to be, she was the one that was going to birth the child that was going to be the, vessel for the demon. That'd be one thing, but she is the vessel.
Yeah.
So
just sitting back there, I mean, to come out.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
But at this point, the boyfriend,
he's fucked up. We need to get out of here.
He was trapped in the bathroom. He finally gets out. He's like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So he's packing everything. He's like, can't find our phones. Fuck it, whatever. Oh, we'll get out of here. Of course, get in the car, crank it on. Whoops, car's not fucking starting. So
Well, no. At first, when he runs out, there's the dead cat and the symbol.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the front
We get our
porch.
first little bit. All right, there's some.
Why do you
some
gotta kill the
culture.
cats? Yeah, fucking kill cats, man. Cats are awesome.
I think they're just grabbing whatever's around.
Give them a squirrel. Like a
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I think they're just like, this animal, let's do it. We need blood to do our symbol.
like a rat.
I don't think they're picking out specific animals. Just whatever doesn't run away
with
fast
cats.
enough. Yeah.
Don't fuck with cats.
Oh, I know.
Leave them alone.
I own cats too. It's very
know.
personal.
Don't fuck with cats. Anyway, so yeah, then when car doesn't start, gets out. There's someone behind the car, and then it's gone. Then he's gone, and then they get back to the porch, and all of a sudden there's like 7 motherfuckers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cult.
The cult.
All wearing antlers or one has
random face.
An all black kind of Ku Klux Klan style.
Yeah, that was a little
bit. Yeah, that was a little, but it's all black. So they know, hey, it's all black. We're not part of the Klan, right?
Wasn't there someone that wore all black? Well, there was someone that wore all
there
black.
Was one that almost had like a
no. I meant like in the KKK. There was like people that wore all white, but then there was like, wasn't there someone that wore all red and then someone that wore all black?
I don't think so.
Was just the all red? I know there was someone that wore all red.
It was red, yeah. But I don't know, and that's.
Is that just a reference to the South?
Yeah.
This giant black hood. Anyway, yeah. So there was a couple people that just had like no facial thing on. It was like a cloth over their face.
Oh, yeah, like a black stocking.
Yeah, yeah. The skull mask looked awesome.
Oh yeah.
There's a ram one and then like a deer one.
Yeah.
And the ram one was out back.
Yeah, the ram one kind of was. I thought was more badass.
Yeah.
So.
You never see that really.
Yeah.
That much, and then the whole goat like ram Satan thing, and yeah.
But they run back in. They're like, okay, let's run back in the house. Fuck this noise. And then that's where we get
Jeff A.
Bam, 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 bam. And and all of a sudden they hear the fucking key in the door. In comes in Jeff A. And he's just like, who the fuck are y'all? Where's my fucking brother? What the fuck is going on?
Find dead brother. He's like, fuck this. And he runs outside and gets the shit stabbed out of him.
Jeff A's like, you know what? Fuck these cult motherfuckers. I'm going to take out. He grabs some blunt object, goes out there, and he's like, I'll just start swinging. And he tells him, look, I want answers. I'm going to start fucking swinging. Well, now we know these cult members, they got some powers.
Yeah, because they start crushing crushing parts of him.
Oh, God damn it. You already had snakes in this movie. And they're like, how about some bone breaking? And they just start fucking, the leader just puts her hand out and just literally crack, crack. And you see him just start kind of almost turning to a little bit of a pretzel there, falling to the ground. And then he's like, well, I'll crawl back to the house. And they're like, well, we're going to stab you about, I don't know, 50 times before you make it to the steps.
Stab.
And it's weird. It's sad because he's crawling and they're like, stab. And they let him crawl a little more, stab. And they give him like, each time he moves like another foot towards the porch, they're like, and good job, stab. So by the time he's at the porch, that's like, well, you made it about 50 feet from where you were. That's 50 stab wounds. Good luck. And he just bleeds out. He's fucking dead.
Yeah, he looks up at him and they're like, you're dead, dude. Like there's no way you were walking out of there. So then some other stuff
This is where
happens.
the movie kind of goes a little surreal, where they have the pentagram style thing. They set that on fire. All of a sudden, she is like freaking the fuck out inside the house.
Yeah.
And then we get flashback to her in the woods, back out of the woods. Some kind of surreal.
She's something in the woods, and then she's covered in blood, but she's not really covered in blood yet because it was like a vision, and then
she's under the sheets with their boyfriend.
And then they go out back, and that's when they find the people out back, and it's kind of the same thing, and they're like, not able to leave because the back's surrounded. So they go in, and he tried to block the door with the chair thing. That only works if the door opens in.
Yeah.
Which they made a point to show how dumb he looked.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh.
But finally, she's like, oh, fuck, you know what? Because they've been looking for the shotgun. Hey, that dead motherfucker, why don't we check the closet right behind him? Guess what? Finally, fucking shotgun, because they find shells.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yeah. So they got that. Go upstairs.
Then this is where we get Ramhead.
Yeah,
he shows up.
Ramhead shows up, yeah.
Literally tosses her out the fucking room, closes the door, and then is about to stab the fuck out of boyfriend.
And she busts back in.
She busts in with the fucking shotgun. Shotgun blasts half his ram head, so he's fucking
awesome.
down.
But then they find the book.
Then they find the book, conveniently enough. Literally right after that, this book falls down. They're like, what's this? Oh, it's literally what's motivating these cult motherfuckers that was just in the house.
And then, so what was weird is they showed, while they're reading this, they show a snake come out of the, so it's like still hanging out of the eye of the ram skull, but then he gets up and there's no snake.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. And then they stab the boyfriend.
Well, and I watched this with Charlotte, and she took like years of Latin, and she was said that there's no way possible he was able to read so fluently the Latin that fast. Because he's like, it says to thee who about, and then he's explaining as he's reading every rule of how this cult started, all this stuff, like, and it's almost just like simple. And she was like, no, he's not that. It should take him a few minutes. And now I know we don't really want a movie where he's like, oh wait, that could be two different words. I don't
see. Other movies do it well where they have a little break, and then I'm gonna go figure this out.
Yeah.
And he's been working on it, and then they come back. It's like, all right, so this is what roughly translated.
But no, he's from New York. He's a genius. Yeah. And his explanation is, well, I went to 5 years of Catholic school.
So the dude gets up, stabs boyfriend. They get out of the room. So apparently that dude, they hit him with a pipe wrench. So I guess that finished him off. And then they get to the stairs. There's another dude.
Yeah, they close the door. So like, you stay in this room.
There's another dude. And this is where she goes like ape shit.
Oh man, this is where she gets pretty fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
Because boyfriend is like, oh, and of course the fumbling, I'm going to put shells in the gun. I can't do it. And the guy gets up the stairs, just starts beating him. She's like, I got this pipe wrench. And she just wails on that motherfucker till her not covered in blood shirt is covered in blood.
Yes. And
his head, whoever she killed, is just mush on the floor.
Yeah, so from that, she's like, this fucking evil dies tonight. And like, no, she said this ends the night.
Yeah.
Or this ends now. Runs outside, and there's a really cool shot of her like going to shoot deer head.
Yeah.
But then she like gets lifted. I remember I saw behind the scenes still that she posted on Instagram. There was a whole crane there with wire set up that was pulled in. But that whole scene where she gets lifted up and dragged out.
I was turned into an X-Men movie for a second because like the head leader of the cult, like, you're not gonna do shit with that shotgun. I'm gonna lift you up and bring you towards me.
And so that happens, and then I don't.
Well, this is the point where he brings her back in. This what's weird. I'll throw this out there. The cult's like, all right, we're all in the front. And so they go, well, if they're all in the front, let's
go
just go
out
out the back door.
And she's like,
and there's no cult members there.
She's like, you run, and I'll keep them at bay. I was like, they want you, so you run. Of course, she's like, no, all right, whatever. So she runs, and then all of a sudden, there's all the cult members.
They're just
surrounding
slashing the fuck out of him. They're like, and here's a knife wound for you. They don't stab him, though. They just kind of slash him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were nicer to the douchey boyfriend than they were to Jeff Fahey. Let's just throw it out there, because Jeff Fahey got the stab wounds right in the fucking body, all right?
Yeah, that was rough. And then, like, she runs into someone, and then there's, like, this weird... Then she gets away from him, and then she sees this vision where there's two other weird pentagram thing with a dude in between them and a giant light, and then, like, she has this weird vision, and then, like, she's naked, and there's a dude with an antler on who's naked, and then, like, she's naked, and her legs spread.
Where's that light coming from?
No, there's like in the vision it shows someone behind her with just light coming out of the ground.
Right.
In the vision, the light's coming from her vagina.
Yes, that's what I want to get to. All right,
just right from her vagina. I was like,
it's a bright light vagina. All of a sudden, I'm not sure how that worked, but yeah, because you see ram head, antler head, naked, and she just sees him walk up naked, and she's like spread.
But she's wearing the black skull too.
Black skull, but she opens up and then just. Bright pussy light,
just like, fuck, what the hell?
And I was just thinking, I don't remember that ever happening before, but...
Oh, okay, all right, hey, whatever. Then she wakes up, and she makes it to the house, which, by the way, if you look at the very last shot of the movie when it pans out,
yeah,
the house and the house she went to is not that far apart, but she's like ran through the woods and made it back there, because they're not that far apart, dude.
Yeah, no, it's kind of embarrassing.
Anyway,
she just literally went to the house next
boyfriend's
to it.
there. In the basement area, all the cult members are there, and that's when they do the reveal that it's the mom and that she was the chosen one to bring for the vessel for the demon, whatever the fuck the demon's name is, to come back, and the long night begins. So if that's what it is, it's got to be the long night is the rain.
Yeah.
Because as they describe in their poor Latin translation, because there's no way, again, they could translate Latin that fast.
Yeah.
Is that the Native Americans trapped the demon on the property.
Yeah.
So her vessel will once the demon is in her as the vessel, now the demon can leave the property. So
fuck some shit up.
Want to save the world.
Yeah.
I want to save the world. I want to cleanse it. Just as a snake sheds its skin, we want to shed the earth of evil and whatever the fuck crazy cult people think.
It's weird because this girl is fighting this cult through this entire fucking movie. And then she's confronted, boyfriend's in chains, there's the whole cult, the head cult leaders. It's like, hey, I'm your mom. You know what? You're part of us. You're gonna be the vessel.
There's a whole montage of them cutting the baby out after with snakes come out of her belly first.
Yeah.
And then the baby already is still in the sack and it was like,
it's kind of weird. But her mom's like, hey, you know what? You're the vessel. Don't you want to like do that? Doesn't take a lot of convincing because she hands her this chalice with the blood of whatever, and our main character's like, all right, he just chugs it. There's no, maybe I shouldn't drink this. She's like, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
And she just chugs it and then falls on the ground, convulses.
Just a little bit.
And then gets up and like, fuck you, mom, fuck you, cult members, hey, boyfriend, stab you.
Well, I will say that out of this whole movie, I think one of the reasons that Scout was picked was because of her screaming ability.
Yeah.
Which I really do think is one of the, like, not the only reason. She is a good actress. I just mean that, at least I do believe she's a good actress. I do think she did a good job as Laurie for a remake of Halloween, but I do know that you had to have a scream.
You gotta have it.
You had to have a scream to do that in Halloween, right? You cannot be Laurie Strode without screaming.
In this movie, that's the scream that destroys all the other cult members.
Well, I mean, she's screaming before when she loses shit in the house, when she's killing the one with the fucking pipe wrench. She's like, her scream is prevalent throughout the entire movie.
That was a good, the scream when she is murdering the fuck out of the dude with the pipe wrench. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good scene. That's probably my top scene in this movie.
Awesome scene. I agree.
She is just wailing, blood flying, she is screaming. It's a good fucking scene.
It is. It's a really good scene. So I will say that, not that was a primary reason for this film, but they definitely were like, oh, yeah, you can scream. We're going to utilize the fuck out of that.
Well, yeah, you're going to utilize what you can.
Yeah. So then she kills boyfriend, and then flash out, and it's daytime, and I don't know, she was walking in the house, and then apparently now there's a random picture of her and her mom as a dog, and with her as a kid in the fucking house all of a sudden now.
Yeah.
They just missed that the first time. Yeah, it's whatever. And then she just walks out of the house and walks down the driveway, and there's a song playing, and then she stops at the end of the driveway, and then her eyes change, and then she steps over, and the movie ends.
Yeah.
So, like, the long night begins.
Which, I'll be honest, when her eyes changed, it was very Evil Dead, but not, like, scary, but just like, gotta adjust my eyes to demonite mode and go. And then it just goes to black. But it wasn't like, I'm going to take control of the world. Just like, I can't see with these normal human eyes. Can we get these demon eyes in and go? And it wasn't... I know what they're trying to go for, but that's not what happened. All right? That last shot is not at all... I just kind of laughed, and then it went to credits. So
yeah, so, I mean... I didn't hate the film. I enjoyed. I didn't feel like it was a waste of time. It had some good scenes.
It's a good one watch. It's
a good one watch film for me. Like I wouldn't own it. I wouldn't rewatch. I definitely, I don't really see a need. I feel like I got all I'm going to get from that film, and I don't feel like I need to rewatch it for for the way the story unravels.
The score's really good. It's shot fairly well. There's a lot there to enjoy. No really good kills. It drags at times. The reveal is not really that mind-blowing.
No.
It just, so there's a lot there that you're just kind of like, looks all right. But, I mean, there's not, again, the best kill you only see kind of from her viewpoint, which is the pipe wrench kill. Besides that...
you see from the guy getting the sheet guy's point of view.
Yeah, well,
if we got her point of view, we would have seen it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm saying, so we don't, there's no real...
All the budget went into the bloated body.
There's no real gore, yeah.
That's why we couldn't do like a brutal kill, because all the FX budget went into the nasty corpse, which that was rad. That looked fucking disgusting. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so as much as like I didn't hate watching it, I enjoyed the film. It's not rewatchable, so that's one of the criteria for passing chopping block. Because like every movie that's passed for us has been something we said is rewatchable.
Yeah.
Or that we'd recommend like heavily for other people to pick up, and stuff like that.
Like I wouldn't put this in candy corn where I wanted to rip my fucking eyes out after watching it.
Not at all.
But I wouldn't put it on anywhere where I'm gonna ever watch it again, or I need to have my collection. It's definitely like
And I would recommend other people to give it a viewing. Like it's a movie that I'm like, hey, it was good. Watch it, check it out. So it didn't really pass the chopping block for me. Yeah.
But it's not a passionate fuck this movie, not pass it. Say. Yeah, sorry, didn't make it.
Didn't make
the cut. Didn't make the cut.
And that's just our opinion. So, obviously we're all entitled to our own opinions. But we all have our own type of horror that we like and what we expect out of a movie.
Yeah.
So, all right, with that being said, hit us up at lowdownbrown.gui@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. Have you seen it yet? Did you like it? Did you think it's past John Block? Is it something you rewatch? Because, I'm sure this is the only film we've said we didn't pass, and
I was like, "You're full of shit."
Full of shit, exactly.
We've been told that a couple of times where we've talked to people after, then was like, "Yeah, I saw you. I heard, listen to your episode, and y'all didn't like that." And like, well, no, we shit all over it.
It was this movie.
Sometimes
there was like really no shit.
When we have a guest on, they brought a movie. And it's awkward because we know we've already shit on that movie. Whoops.
yeah. And what's crazy is we didn't really shit on this film because I don't think it's a movie that really needs to be shit on.
No.
I said it was a good, solid film.
Maybe I'll put it
for making
a little disappointing.
Yes. I feel like they could have done more.
Yeah.
With what they had. Yes. There you go.
All right.
Maybe utilize another actor more too.
Yeah.
Like I'm a little.
Maybe more than 3 minutes.
I'm a little bummed about. I am bummed about that, dude. I feel like they could have, just, and they didn't even have to expand the set. They said they could have done more.
I'll just throw this in real quick. I didn't like the main two characters, so when he showed up, I got excited because I liked him from the first scene. And they're like, "Oh, you like him? Well, fuck you. Bye-bye. He's dead.
Fuck
right?
you."
Back to the characters you don't really fucking
we didn't
like.
show this movie. The movie shit on us.
Yeah.
So anyway, and also go to GUIPodcast.com. Check out all the other shows on the network. Something for everybody. Check out our links tab. You can get our link to Amazon.com. Click on it. Log into Amazon and shop like normal. We just get a little kickback. It's awesome. Nothing extra for you. We appreciate that shit. And the other link would be TeePublic. That's where all the merch is for all the shows under the network, plus just random ass fucking designs, because that's how we do.
Oh, yeah.
So until we talk to you again, embrace the madness.
Join us at GUIPodcast.com.
Mike the Hobbit here,
Lowdown Brown,
inviting you to check out Geek Some of the Influence, a podcast that pairs booze with conversation with good friends.
and a little nerd culture.
We get a lot of colorful conversation out of our episodes, but it is here for everyone, no gatekeeping.
Always level up everything we do.
We'll punch up, never punch down.
Exactly.
So check out Geeks Under the Influence everywhere you get your podcasts and join us or die.
Shut the fuck up, Hobbit. Welcome to GUI Nights.
GUI Nights.
Yeah, I am Lowdown Brown. With me as always,
Mike the Hobbit.
this is the tangential side of GUI.
This is like so many of those other shows that has the after the show bit mixed with a little bit of Baywatch night, so it's a little sexier. It's a little bit after hours.
Also while tying it into the previous episode of GUI. So look forward to that too, because this comes out the week after the flagship hour-long episode.
So make sure to check out GUI Nights, and when you're done, you can
Go the fuck home.
My name is Amy Bogard,
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
and we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
Hey guys, Scotty Big Daddy Preston here. That's right, the Geek Father, asking you to join me here every other week with friends and family of the GUI Network as we go through all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent. So remember, join us or cry.
In a world ravaged by movie studios that keep rehashing the same things, only one podcaster has the guts to make it even worse. Join Mike the Hobbit as he traverses the internet to bring you some of the best and worst ideas for reboots, remakes, and reimaginings of some of your favorite and least favorite TV and film properties. Ideas like a John Waters He-Man movie, Fantastic Four the musical, and Aliens, done entirely with marionettes. What podcast would bring this evil upon the world? This is Smack My Pitch Up. Available anywhere you get your podcasts.